Okay, let's hope that this time it works. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I'm gonna have to report this to YouTube because instead of starting the scheduled event, it got me on the same settings as with the last event. Yeah, considering that they sent me a request for survey on how happy I am with YouTube Live, I'm gonna make sure that I'll tell you exactly what I think of their YouTube Live. Okay, hi Wanda, hi Jenny, hi Karen, hi Carolyn, hi Anna, hi Chris. Excuse me. Okay, so I did finally reach 10,000 subscribers, and I am not very far from 1,000,000 views, and we're gonna have another party when I get to 1,000,000 views. Hi Jackie. Hi Zenta. Okay, who is a baker in British Columbia, I would think. Hello. So, the whole idea will be, and I described in the past, thank you, Rachel, in the one that was supposed to be, not this one. This one is still the stream now thing. I wasn't able to start the scheduled one. The way that the giveaway will work is for 48 hours after this live is over, you just keep commenting and whatever you want to write. Of course, please, no trollisms, no, I'm gonna still keep this one on moderated comments, because that's one, as I increased in subscriber numbers, I started getting more and more spam and more trolls. So this is the main reason why I keep my comments moderated. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Leah. Hi, Carolyn. No, I already said hi, Carolyn. Never mind. So the comments will still be moderated, but I promise you, if the comment is valid, I will not, unless I do something like I did, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. It was something on the Celtic canes that I posted. And I was actually getting ready to post the walkthrough. Hi, Anxenamun. Okay, so why BC? Oh, it's probably just the initials. And somebody had messaged something about, can you explain one more time how to arrange the canes? And I wanted to click approve, and my hand on the mouse just did twink, and I removed the comment. But anyway, I did post. Whoever it was, I am very, very sorry, because I was laying on the couch and my back was killing me. And because of that, I couldn't see the screen very well. So I haven't even the idea of who it was, you know. Anyway. I don't think you get any trophy for 10,000 subscribers. I think that the lowest trophy is 100,000. It used to be just 1,000,000. Hello, since. But now that's the gold star, and now you have the 100,000. That's the silver star. But I don't think there's anything for 10,000. Anyway. So, is the description of the scheduled event, and I'm going to actually put it in this one once it's over. Hi, Nunya. Hi, Sabine. I'm sorry. Yeah, I kind of got lost myself. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was trying to start the scheduled event, and the streaming just kept going to the streaming now, and it was going over the last settings of when I showed you the the necklace yesterday. Like, what the heck is going on? Anyway, um, starting now, you have to be prepared to get quite a bit of Valentine's Day stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna do only Valentine's Day stuff. I will do some other stuff too, but essentially it will be mostly Valentine's Day, and it's only like 3 weeks, so it's not that big of a deal. And then we'll do spring stuff. So let's see, what did I learn since I started? Because if you remember, I started in 2017 on May 4th, a nerd date. May the 4th be with you. And remember, I say with pride that I am a nerd. Um, the first time I touched a computer was in 1975. I was 14 years old, and the computer was almost as big as my house and worked with punch cards. Yes, thank you, Zenta. I saw you do. I saw you do. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, I actually was almost at the same time that I reached 500 videos uploaded on YouTube. And by the way, because I got quite a bit of messages who asked me what happened, because apparently I cannot see some of your videos because the counting goes like from 475 to 477, and there's no 476. Well, those are unlisted videos that are only for my sponsors. That is why you don't see them, but I keep counting because I want to know exactly what happened, as there have been instances when videos just disappeared overnight without the users deleting them. So believe me, actually I have more videos uploaded than that number, because there are little explanations and little things that don't actually they are not actually part of any tutorial, or just showing my sponsors how something came up. Because practically I have, let me look, I have 529 videos uploaded on YouTube. And just to give you an idea, it's not even the total number of video tutorials I made since May 4th, 2017, because you have to add to that videos that I made on Facebook and lives that I did on Facebook, and then all the paid tutorials and the videos for the sponsors and all that. So I think that I'm well over 600 videos made in what, 20 months. So that's not bad. And especially considering that I never had money to do any kind of advertising, and I do not monetize my channel, so there is no company to approach me to do marketing for me, you know, for a certain percentage of my advertising money. It's been just me, myself, and I. So I'm pretty happy. Even if I have all these setbacks with my health, and I'm so much, okay, I don't know how to tell you. It's pretty much like what I wish I could do. Okay. How I wish. I'm sorry, but you'll watch the replay, Sabine. Thank you. Um, so I told you there's something that I still did not get used to, even if it's been quite a few years because remember, over 9 years survivorship. So that would mean practically, because it was pretty much an add-on of during the treatments that got me, it just something added more, another side effect. So I practically, the peak of my side effects being one on top of the other, on top of the other, was when I finished chemo in 2010. So it's like 8 years and a half. And I'm still not used to being so much slower. Because tooting my own horn, before I got cancer, I was a super, super, super active person. I never made a secret of the fact that, by what the things say there, I'm a genius. Because my IQ tests, if I take them in English, are over 160, anywhere between 163 and 167. I took several of them, including one at work when I was still working for the federal government. And considering the fact that I took them in English, and when you take the test in different language than your maternal language, you get a little bit less of a score. And I was at one point a member of Mensa. So, and don't say, oh my God, no, believe me, it's a curse. It's a curse. It's a curse. I wish I was, lower. Because you get through all kinds of things, philosophical, and it's a curse. It's not a good thing. To be in any way, for the better or for the worse. Hi, Carrie. Too far from the normal is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And you'd say that, oh yeah, but you have all those creators and all of those. See, to be very, very honest, yes, they did wonderful things. Everybody who's beyond the norm and everything, they are doing beautiful things and wonderful things for the whole humanity. But in the end, they are very lonely people, because it's hard to find somebody. Yeah. Yeah, and not just ethics, a lot of other things, a lot of other things. And I would think that in a way, ethics, when you go below a certain level of understanding, ethics are very hard for certain people. But anyway, to get back to what I was saying, generally, you have, the closer to the norm you are, the more people on your level you have to connect with, you have. The more you are far from the norm, the harder it is to connect with people. And I don't know how to tell you, but when I was a kid, I had a lot of, not necessarily bullying, but attempts to bullying. Because you have to understand, I was tiny. I was always the smallest child in my class. I was wearing eyeglasses. Hi, Sharon. So, kind of like 40, 50 years ago, there was no Harry Potter, there was no Hollywood, so kids who were wearing glasses were always mocked. And why I say attempts to bullying is essentially because since I've known myself, I've always been horribly feisty. And as one of my former co-workers used to say, quite ornery. And generally, I would retaliate really bad. you know, it's like when you see those movies with the big bully trying to bully somebody small, and the somebody small goes ahead and fights until they either die or they make the bully go away. Excuse me. Thank you, Annalise. Okay, I'm trying to see. Shastanik. Yeah, yeah, feisty is generally good because you kind of are able to stand your ground. Non, c'est pas de neige du tout ici. C'est sûrement seulement sur la côte de l'Est, dans le nord-est. Thank you. I'm trying, believe me, on that Amazon store, I am spending several hours every week and trying to find, you know, the best prices, because you know how the prices fluctuate on Amazon for the same product. And a lot of things I am testing, and a lot of things I've tried. And I have to thank again to everybody who has helped me in this journey. Everybody who has purchased things for me from my Amazon wish list. Everybody who has purchased using my influencer store or using my affiliate link for PolyClay Play. Because you have no idea how much this helps. Considering the very tight times we are right now in, yeah, I'm trying to put, and if you look in my Amazon influencer store, where you go in there, you'll see there's like a little speech bubble, and sometimes I leave some comments in that speech bubble, so you can if you hover over it, it will kind of pop out and it will tell you what I said there. Okay, let me see. Remember that if I'm getting interrupted, I forget what I was talking about because I have extended chemo brain. So, no, it's not. I mean, I have so many things going on about the memory. I have chemo brain, I'm blonde, and I'm getting old. So, yeah. The thing is that generally it affects me pretty much only, and I started studying it. How it affects me, when do I forget? I forget if I am doing something and something else interrupts me. So let's say that I would cook something and the phone rings. And of course, I answer the phone, I start talking on the phone, and I start talking on the phone, and then I come in here and I start clean, and then I like, what's burning? Because I had completely forgotten that I was cooking something. Poor Whisper, you have no idea how many times I forgot him locked outside. And of course, with that, it's fairly easy because he starts screaming. So I hear him, but there have been, you know, all kinds of happenings. Like one day I would say, okay, I'm gonna make stuffed bell peppers for dinner. And I get out of the freezer a tray of ground pork. And then I put it in the microwave to thaw. And then the phone rings. And I talk on the phone, and then somebody comes at the door to tell me something, and then I cook for dinner and blah blah. Then the next morning I say, okay, I'm gonna make stuffed bell peppers for dinner. And I take a tray of ground pork from the freezer and I go to put it in the microwave to thaw it, and I find the tray from the previous day. It happened several times. Hi Nona, hi Beth, hi Cherry. So yeah, it's yeah, no, it's not Alzheimer, and I'm going to tell you why I know it's not Alzheimer. Because when I had the chemo, you know, it was presented to me as being a side effect. But I was told that, oh yeah, it will go away after around at most 6 months, but usually after about 2 months. And I was waiting for it to go away, and it didn't go away. Um, so I went to the doctor, to my oncologist, and blah, blah, look what's going on. I'm scared because I have Alzheimer in my family. I mean, my paternal grandmother died of it, my father died of it. So, oh, don't even start me. I do sticky notes and then I forget where I put them. Um, so after 6 months, I went to the oncologist and I started, oh my God, I'm going senile. It's like, oh, no, 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 just now a study has come up that actually chemo brain can last up to 2 years. Okay. So 2 years pass and I still have it. So I go to the oncologist. He refers me to a neurologist. I do a head CT scan, and the neurologist is like, no, 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 you don't have it. There's no plaquing there, and if it was anything, you'd have started having it about 5 to 10 years ago. Already would have been some changes in the brain. There are none, so they would have shown by now if you had it. And then the next day, my oncologist's office called and like, oh, ma'am, Dr. Dewey just wanted to tell you that a new study has come and it shows that actually chemo brain can be a lifelong side effect. Thank you. So yeah, and it's the same pretty much with everything, with the fatigue, with everything. So as I said, this was the thing that I still didn't get used to. I used to be a wonderful multitasker. I was able to do up to like 6 or 7 things at the same time, perfectly without any error. And now I'm happy if I can do one. Oh, believe me, I'm not busy. I mean, at least I don't consider it busy. Uh, just because I have to take so many breaks. But what I was talking about half an hour ago before I answered some questions and I got derailed, um, it was about how happy I am with where I am. From the point of view of past me, uh, thank you. I am disappointed that I only did this. I mean, from the point of view of me, the way I used to be. From the point of view of me now, realistically, and knowing all the things I'm facing and all the problems I have, I am super happy. And remember, when I first started, I said, I want to show you as much as I can while I can still do it. If you notice, the ones of you who have been my subscribers from the beginning, remember that when I started, I was posting a tutorial a day. And then when I started to have really bad fatigue so I started in May, then around September, I started getting fatigued. Then I had all kinds of issues with my pets, so the fatigue never went away. And it's just getting worse, and the same goes with the state of my hands. So my hands are getting worse and worse. So I still think I have a few years under the belt that I can show you stuff. So no worries. So that's why sometimes you only see one tutorial a week from me, but I will try and keep at least the one tutorial a week. It all depends on how tired or not tired I am. If I'm not very tired, of course I'm going to post more. And so the things that I learned during all this time, I learned to not promise anymore. See, all my life I was not necessarily all my, I wasn't that bad when I was a teenager, because teenagers are not that. But once I became an adult, it was always something that I held very, very, very tight on. It was when I made a promise, that was more than yes, I actually did, and I didn't. I had only a blood test, and I'm seeing an endocrinologist again in 1960. on the 21st of February. I used to have hyperthyroid, and I had radioactive iodine done to kill it, and it never died. Yeah, I don't have any markers for Alzheimer, at least not yet. But so I learned to not promise anymore, to say, I will try to do this by this time, because it happened quite a few times that I promised I would do something by a certain day and hour, and I wasn't able to, and that made me feel so horrible. I have a very stupid, by some people, uh, work ethics. If I promise to do something, I'm like, yes, I have to do it. Wait, wait. Yes, because I realized that promising and not being able to follow my promise really stresses me out. And I've been trying to avoid stressors. Thank you. Yeah, but I told you, see, and that's the deal. Other people say that my energy is great. A lot of people say, hey, I'm healthy, I'm younger than you, and I'm not able to do what you do. But the problem is in here, because before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was doing like 10 times more things. I was, for example, it would take me a day to clean the house top to bottom, and I'm talking here not just vacuuming and washing the windows. I'm talking about washing the walls and the ceiling fans, and um, steaming the carpets and washing the door frames and trims and everything. And it would take me just a day. It's true, my house is not super big. It's like 900 and almost 1,000 square feet. But still, and now I vacuum the living room, and then I'm like, I need to rest for a few hours. So believe me, when I have a live, it's a given that I will be asleep. I would have to go lay down and sleep for at least 2 or 3 hours after that, because it drains me out. And I'm going to have to excuse myself for a couple minutes because I need to go take one of my pain pills. It's time. And if I don't and I start hurting, then it's much harder to keep it under control. I'll be right back. I'll grab my coffee too. Okay. All right. So, the other thing that I learned is I'm doing this for the people who are worth it. Because I had, and you all know, there were quite a few instances when I had to deal with very nasty people. And I'm very temperamental. Don't get me wrong, it was nothing of hurt feelings or something. Believe me, I lived under communism, and I lived through clinical death and through a lot. I mean, if you'd know how much stuff I lived through, you'd be like, you're still alive? Yeah. So, generally speaking, uh, it's not really easy to hurt my feelings. I'm quite thick-skinned. Okay. Oui, probablement c'est la même. Hi Jennifer, thank you for the flowers. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, about the nasty people and the fact that it's very hard to hurt my feelings, and because of the fact that I'm a nerd, I grew up the way I grew up in a society that's supremely judgmental, supremely judgmental. It's one of those things. It's like wolf. You have to be wolf among wolves to survive, and depression is seen as a weakness. Yeah. So I'm quite not necessarily a hothead, but generally speaking, when somebody is trying to insult me, I'm like, and you are? You don't pay my bills? You don't put a roof above my head? You don't put food on my table? Uh, you don't help me in any way? You did not earn my respect? Why would I give a rat's dry turd about your opinion or your very existence? See, so uh, with the internet being the way it is nowadays, and some people becoming truly versed into irking others and trying to, get their jollies by pissing other people off and ruining their good mood and stuff. Generally, this type of approach is not very usual, and they practically cannot believe that is happening. The other thing is that, again, because I'm a nerd, because I've been with the whole technology and computers and I had many websites. I built many websites before the time of the ready-made websites that you just go and make your website with what you see is what you get, like the Wix.com and stuff, and the way the Ning was. I was making websites for a living. And because of that, and because also because I was so active and I was involved in a lot of groups, and I'm not talking just internet groups, but we had to have an internet presence, a forum of some sorts to coordinate certain things. And because of the fact that I studied psychology, I am very, very, very versed with trolls and what trolls are. And I love to push their buttons. I absolutely love to push their buttons. And it's very, very easy to recognize a troll because they have the standard of the troll behavior is how do you win how do you win the giveaway? Okay, I'm gonna interrupt myself. If I forget what I was talking about, just remind me, how does a troll work? After the live is finished, for 48 hours, you just post a comment. And after the 48 hours, I will do a drawing also on live. Son abaissé? Okay, let me see. Is it better? Let me check here. I see that it's still, well, it's not super. Let me check in the audio. Oh. Let me check in the control panel to see if I am still at the top. I'm almost at 100. I made it 100. Okay, is it better? Is it better? Yeah, I don't know. It might be, as I said, it might be YouTube because it messes up a lot of times. It messes up my sound after it processes the uploaded video. So, as I was talking about trolls, generally speaking, the trolls, anything that they say in the beginning, will try to put you in a defensive. Um, Not necessarily. You don't have to have a terrible life in order to get your jollies from pissing others off. At all. Hi, Joe. Can you still hear me? So anyway, they will try first to get you on a defensive. They will push a button to, because let's say you say, oh, I love lilies because they are white. And the troll would be like, well, yeah, but you know, there are other lilies that are prettier than the white ones. And you'll say, yeah, but I like the white ones. And the troll would be like, haha, you have no idea what you're talking about because other lilies are much better. And you'd be like, no, 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 let me show you. And you'll start wasting your time looking online for photos and for examples and for stuff. It's oh, I didn't say the giveaway. What's the prize? The prize, well, there will be 3 prizes. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. There will be 3 prizes, so there will be 3 names taken out on the drawing, and it will be free. One of my paid tutorials for free. You'll receive 100% value coupon. And the only things that are not in the giveaway are the packages that are comprised of more than one subject. But the packages that are comprised of the same subject, for example, it's a 4 gemstone, and then there's also a tutorial on how to make a piece with that 4 gemstone, and then there's a package that has both the how to make the 4 gemstone and how to make the piece. That qualifies for the giveaway. But for example, there would be reload, if you can hear me. Reload, Joe. But if it is a package that's, for example, thank you. If it's a package that's, for example, let's say Tiger's Eye and Maramamba, those are not. So only the stuff that's on the same subject. But there are some of them have quite a bit of tutorials, because if I remember right, there's the condor agate. There's a condor agate tutorial, and then there's earrings, and then there's a bangle. So you get practically 3 tutorials, and it's the same thing I think with the chateau and malachite. But yeah, but see, she said that she's not seeing anything, so I'm not sure. She didn't say she cannot hear anything. Anyway, so the trolls will first try to put you in a defense, and then they'll try to make you waste time. See the go, and because they're like, oh yeah, that's a prove it that that's what you say is true. Can you give me a link? And then you're gonna waste your time Googling to give them links. I usually tell them, sorry, dude. If you want to be educated, my fee is 150 an hour, payable in advance. If not, oh, but I know whether you have to. No, I don't have to prove to you anything. I told you this is what it is. You don't know? Tough luck, you're stupid. I don't care if you're stupid. It's not my duty to enlighten you. Go to school. So yeah, I can be quite ornery. So yeah, I had to deal, and I learned that just because somebody's an artist and a creator doesn't necessarily mean that if they make pretty stuff, their soul is beautiful and heart are beautiful too. And quite a bit, and from some people that I was not expecting it. If from some people I was expecting it pretty much, because hey, that's how they are. That's how. From some people I was not expecting it, honestly. And it went from all kinds of things. That's why right now when people try to befriend me, my personal profile on Facebook, I am kind of a little bit of on the fence about that, unless I have already uh, gotten into some interaction with them, I would accept. But otherwise, this is why Facebook has follow things. Somebody, if people want to know what I'm posting on my private profile, they can follow me. Practically, I don't know if I make a private post. Hi, Juju. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, I very, very rarely make a private post. Most of my posts are public. So following me or being on my friends list, it's pretty much the same thing. And also, I have my friends list private, so nobody's gonna see that you're one of my friends. So there's no use. And everybody can contact me on the Kalyana Facebook page. Because the thing is that I had people telling me, and that's why I said all the time, you know what? Because for example, I need to add into my friends. Hi, Carrie. I need to add to my friends my sponsors, because you know that on Facebook, if you are not friends with somebody, you cannot invite them to a group. But then I tell them, you can unfriend me right after that, and please try and separate. My private profile is one thing, my artist page is another thing. I am sure that we are not going to click on a lot of things. If you don't like what I post, don't read it. But please don't come and start posting antagonistic stuff. Because I'm not going to come and post on your profile antagonistic stuff. I respect your right of believing whatever you want to believe, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Thank you, Zenta. And then, I got sometime last year, that was completely unexpected. And it was over something stupid. I don't like pugs. I'm an animal lover. But I don't like cats and dogs that have, punched in noses. And I think that it's a pity and a sin that breeds like that were created, because all these animals have a lot of health issues. And not only that, it just doesn't please my aesthetic sense. So at one point, okay, have a wonderful week. At one point, I posted something with funny doggies, and there were a couple of pugs, and I said, well, yeah, these are all funny except for the pugs. I don't like pugs. And this lady comes in like, I think you should keep your opinions to yourself. Not only on this, but on many other things. Excuse me? You asked to be my friend, and you're telling me what I should and should not do on my own page? Over freaking pugs. I mean, yeah. Yes, it's horrible. It's horrible. They have, and because they have a breathing problem, they also have, sooner or later, they will have lung issues, and they will have heart issues, and then they will have brain issues, because if they don't get enough oxygen to their brain, that can be really bad. Or like, see, I think dachshunds are cute, most of them, but still, when I see them walking, it offends my aesthetical sense, and I know that they are also horribly affected by the fact that they have very long bodies with very short legs, and like 90% of them, once they age, they are prone to the spine messing up. And the same, or yeah, the Scottish folds, the American curls, they are exceptionally cute. Exceptionally cute, and especially if they are munchkins. But the thing is that to get those ear changes, that means that the genes that affect the development of cartilages in the body was affected. So those poor kitties, they have so many musculoskeletal issues. It's unreal. But yeah, so okay, Jenny, don't forget to comment after this is over. Okay? Yeah, I mean, it's fine for everybody to like or not like something, but see, this is something I couldn't stand all my life. Probably it comes from the fact that I grew up in an oppressive regime. Uh, but I think that telling someone what they should or should not believe, that's one of the biggest no-nos in my book. And I think that if people respected more each other's beliefs and way of life, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, this world would be a so much better place. If everybody would mind their own freaking business. So, yeah, so I learned, to be a little bit more cautious about who I accept as friends on Facebook. I'm not talking about other things, people who send me a gift package and then they started berating me why I don't like Trump. Well, I never told her that she shouldn't. She likes Trump. I don't like Trump. That's fine. My best friend is a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. I am not discriminatory. I hate all politicians the same. I have my own beliefs about what would work the best in a society, but that doesn't... yeah, that's exactly right, Joe. Okay, Carrie, don't forget to come back and comment. Thank you. So, what was I saying? So yeah, it's see, people trying. I learned to be a little bit more cautious into who and what I accept. If I don't, because honestly, if I'm friends with somebody and that person requested to be friends with me on Facebook, and if I don't like what they are posting, I simply unfollow them. It's so simple. You just go click unfollow. No problem. I wouldn't post on other people's pages unless it would be to congratulate them on something or, appreciate something that they did. To share a similar experience than what they've been sharing, to give a piece of advice if they asked for advice or information, or to freaking joke. I mean, everybody knows that I post a ton of memes. I like memes and I like jokes. So it doesn't matter about who they are. So, yeah, that's another thing that I learned. What else? I learned, I didn't completely learn it. I'm still working on it. When I make tutorials, to remember that most of my subscribers are beginners. So I need to either make a link to the technique tutorial, or to explain a little bit better, because not everybody knows what the heck I'm talking about. I was funny with one of my ladies. She was like, you know what? You kept saying gradient, gradient, that I had no idea what you're talking about until after a few videos that I watched of yours, I finally figured out what you meant when you were saying gradient. I'm like, yeah, see, I need to be more careful in when I explain something, because see, it's always like a pyramid, and it's normal. That's the normal function of things. It's a pyramid when it comes to expertise. You'll have way more people who are beginners than people who are intermediate level, than people who are advanced level, than people who are master. But it doesn't mean that somebody who's just a beginner level needs any less attention than somebody who's a master level. A lot of people don't have time to work much on polymer clay, so they would like to learn how to do something fun when they have the time to watch something or to work on something. A lot of people maybe cannot afford to work a lot, so this is why they are not advancing. A lot of people, and honestly, looking at my demographics, and I said it before, my demographics, my highest audience is ladies over 45. And by the interaction I had with you, there's a lot of the ladies who have health issues and hand coordination and strength issues. So there are some people who do that, and because there was nobody to take it a little bit slower. Bon, n'oublie pas de revenir et commenter après que je finis le live. So because they didn't have anyone, and I really didn't find the only, and I'll tell you in a minute, there's only one other channel that I found that is dealing with a lot of this stuff, because she's also is disabled and has a lot of issues. So one of the things that really, really makes my heart sing is when I get messages and emails and comments from people, from ladies who tell me, you know, I am also disabled, and I was so depressed before, but after I watched your videos, I started seeing that there is still something I can do in life. And since I started working with clay, and it brings so much joy, and thank you so much, that is something that really makes all my efforts worthwhile. Okay, so what did you learn about me? Now tell me. Now remember, there's a little bit of a delay, and while this gets to you, I'm going to try and no, I'm going to do this when it's over. So tell me, what did you learn about me? I got something. And before you ask, because I know I got a lot of, yes, I will be making, because people have been asking for me to make a video with all 3 pets, and to make more videos with Connor. Bye bye, Angsenamun. And don't forget, you can always, it's also almost an hour, you can always contact me on Facebook. I wouldn't necessarily go for the messaging YouTube has, because I haven't seen it working properly yet. So yeah, it's not, I cannot guarantee that I'm going to get your message. So the rest will be for when, where am I? I'm here. The rest. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Yeah, I had for a while on my Facebook profile, there was the little motto that you put there. It was like, yes, my IQ is 160 plus. I'm not going to get a lobotomy just to make you feel better about yourself. So a lot of people were very pissed about that. Very pissed. They took it as a personal offense. I have no idea why. But because see, with me, it's whenever I find somebody that I can learn from. I'm in seventh heaven. I think that one of the main things that we need to strive in this life is knowledge. So that's the only thing that nobody can take from us, except Alzheimer's. But, you know, no matter what riches you get, thank you, Colleen. Uh, I mean, you can get riches, you can get all kinds of stuff, but once you're gone, you're gone. That's the only thing that stays with you. And talking about Merci Cinnamon. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, Anna. I reached out to Anna to give her a few because yeah, I do have a lot of marketing and SEO under my belt. Bye bye. Don't forget to come back and post comments. Thank you so much, Rachel. Yeah, so whenever I see an emerging somebody who just started, I observe them and I try to contact them to give them a few, you know, a little bit of advice when it comes to how to get better exposure on YouTube, how their videos should be made. Believe me, I know all of this. I just am too tired to do it. It's just me. There's nobody else. If I have to clean the house or cook one day, then the day is completely gone for me. That's what I told you, that I am kind of happy for with where I am, but my old self is like, you could have done so much better. Well, I can only do what I can do. So, uh, but yeah, and Anna, when she started Celebrate Creations, when she started posting her videos, I was like, oh my God, she's awesome. And I contacted her to give her a few tips, and is doing so much better. Thank you, Carrie. And whoever leaves, don't forget to come back and to comment. And so it's going to be Thursday, Friday. Saturday morning, I will do the drawing. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. So once again, as I'm closing to 1 hour, I am so sorry for the way it began. It's all, I'm blaming YouTube. I'm blaming YouTube because I have no idea what was going on. And thank you again, because I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you, Marie. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Marie. I promise you, I will not mistreat you. Just whenever you contact me, keep in mind that I might be narcolepsing. So sometimes you might have to wait before I can answer you. But be sure that whenever I answer you, I will answer you. So again, I wouldn't be here without your help, because as much as I want to do all these things and share, and remember that I promised from the beginning that for each there would always be at least a ratio of 4 free tutorials for one paid tutorial. But without your help and without your support, I wouldn't be here, because it would be way, way, way too hard for me to do all this. And you know how it is. If you're on disability, you know exactly how it is. So, thank you so much. And remember, after the live is over, come and comment. The comments are moderated, so you might not see your comments showing up right away. I will look and I will approve it as soon as I get around to look at the back end of the channel. Only if it's spam or trolley stuff, it will not appear. But Any good faith comments will appear. And then this will go for all the comments that are posted 48 hours after the live is ended, will enter a drawing. And I will do the drawing live in front of you Saturday morning. And there will be 3 prizes, and the prizes will be each of the prizes will be a 100% value coupon to one of my paid tutorials or packages, but it's only with the packages that have the same subject. For example, one 4 gemstone tutorial and how to make a jewelry piece with that gemstone, not for packages that have several subjects together, like blue lace agate and crazy lace agate package, or tiger's eye and maramamba package. Those are not in the giveaway. Only everything else, whatever you choose, is going to be 3 prizes. Yeah, see, that's where I had a lot of bad experiences. That's why I'm not part of any group, because I know that sooner or later it's gonna be something. Anyway, but Teresa Salgado, I love her to pieces, and I will always, always, always recommend both her stuff and her teachings and her everything. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, it's Marley. I'm sorry, I don't see very well. I told you I have issues, and I've been looking at this and my eyes are starting to tear up. So, it's been an hour, and let's go ahead and start the giveaway. Don't forget, once we finish this, that's when the post the comment starts, and it will be for 48 hours. So if you were not on at the time of the live, it's fine. You still qualify for the giveaway as long as you post a comment within 48 hours of this being published. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop this now, because if I don't, my back is going to start hurting. And thank you for being here, and good luck with the giveaway. Thank you again. And I don't know, at 15,000 we'll do another giveaway. But you know that I always do giveaways and games and prizes. And yeah, prepare yourself for some new games soon. So have a wonderful day, and don't forget, happy claying.